Your sister's the life of the party, but behind closed doors, she's a thief, a liar, and your mom's golden child who can do no wrong. For over a decade, she turned my family against me, stole from us, and got away with everything until I hatched a plan that changed it all. Stay tuned for a revenge story that'll leave you cheering. If you've ever been fed up with someone who always escapes the consequences, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up for one of the most satisfying Reddit revenge stories you'll hear today. Let's get into it. Let me take you back to my family's world, a place where fairness was a myth, and my sister Claire was the untouchable queen. I'm 38 now, a mom to an amazing son, and I've worked hard to build a life I'm proud of. I own my home, pay my bills, and don't ask for handouts. But growing up, and even into adulthood, my family dynamic was a battlefield, and Claire was always the one holding the crown. Claire's nearly 40, a whirlwind of charisma who lights up any room until the drugs and alcohol take over. She's an alcoholic and a cocaine addict, but to my mom, she's the life and soul of the party. Claire still lives at home rent-free, with mom footing the bill for her clothes, her nights out, even her debts. My brother Tom also lives there, and while he gets some perks, it's nothing compared to the pedestal Claire's been placed on. And me, I've always been the outsider, the one who doesn't need help because I'm independent. When my son was born, things got worse. Mom worked at a department store in the children's clothing section, so I thought she'd be thrilled to spoil her grandson. Instead, my birthdays went ignored. You're too old for presents, she'd say, while Claire got lavish parties, designer bags, and anything her heart desired. I brushed it off, thinking it was just how things were. But then I learned the truth. For over 10 years, Claire had been whispering lies to Mom, saying I only wanted her money. Me, the one who never asked for a dime. The betrayal stung like a slap to the face. The favoritism wasn't just about gifts, it was everywhere. Take our family vacation a few years back. I saved up to pay for myself and my son while Mom covered Claire's entire trip flights, hotel, even her bar tab. I'd watch Claire stumble and drunk at 2 a.m., laughing without a care, while I budgeted every penny. My hands would clench under the table, my jaw tight, but I'd stay quiet. Why rock the boat? Then came the thefts. Claire's addiction spiraled, and she started stealing from Mom to fund it. Jewelry, a computer, a set nav things that held sentimental value gone, pawned for drug money. Mom would cry, but never confront her. Even when Claire overdosed and ended up in the hospital, Mom called it a wake-up call, but changed nothing. Claire was still the golden child, untouchable. My brother and I would exchange glances, our stomachs churning with resentment, but Mom's denial was ironclad. The final straw came from my son. He was 10 at the time, and after another family gathering where Claire got all the attention, he looked at me and said, "Mom, why do we bother?" His words hit me like a freight train. I felt my chest tighten, a mix of guilt and clarity washing over me. He was right. Why were we chasing love from people who didn't value us? That night, I decided to go no contact with Mom and Claire. It wasn't easy, but it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Life got better, calmer, happier. 4 years into no contact, I was done letting Claire's actions haunt me. I'd hear updates through friends still in our hometown. Claire, still jobless, still mooching off Mom, still dodging consequences. She'd never been arrested, never faced real accountability, because Mom always bailed her out. My blood would boil thinking about it. How does she keep getting away with this? Then an idea sparked. I wasn't going back to that toxic family, but I could make sure Claire finally faced the music. I reached out to a trusted friend, Jess, who still lived nearby. Jess knew the whole story, how Claire's lies had fractured our family, how her addiction had hurt everyone. Over coffee one day, we hatched a plan. It wasn't about hurting Claire, it was about justice. She'd skated through life too long, and it was time for a reality check. The plan was simple but precise. Jess knew Claire's routine every payday. She'd meet her dealer in a sketchy part of town to buy cocaine. Jess would keep an eye out, and we'd tip off the police at the right moment. No violence, no setup, just letting Claire's own choices catch up to her. Payday came, and Jess was ready. She spotted Claire at a corner store, laughing with her dealer as they exchanged cash for a baggie. Jess's heart raced as she dialed the non-emergency line, reporting suspicious activity in the area. By sheer luck, or maybe karma, a patrol car was already nearby. Jess watched from a distance as the officers approached Claire, who was still holding the drugs. 6 grams of cocaine right in her pocket. The cuffs clicked on, and Claire's face went pale. She started yelling, "You can't do this. Call my mom." But the officers weren't having it. Jess texted me, "It's done." I sat back in my chair, a slow smile spreading across my face. After all these years, Claire was finally facing consequences. Claire was arrested and charged with possession. For the first time, Mom didn't swoop in immediately. Claire spent a night in a cell, and when Mom finally bailed her out the next day, it came with strings. At 40 years old, Claire was slapped with a curfew. Mom laid down the law: pay rent or move out. Throw a tantrum, move out. One toe out of line, and she's on her own. Jess told me Claire was furious, stomping around the house, blaming everyone but herself. But Mom held firm, something I never thought I'd see. Claire's golden child status was crumbling, and I felt a warm, fuzzy glow inside. It wasn't about gloating, it was about fairness. After years of lies, theft, and pain, Claire was finally learning that actions have consequences. Sometimes you have to step back from toxic people to protect your peace. But seeing someone who hurt you face justice, that's a feeling like no other. Claire's still got a long road ahead, but for once, she's not skating by. And me, I'm living my life free from that drama, and it feels so good. If this story gave you that sweet taste of karma, smash that like button and drop a comment. Have you ever seen someone get their comeuppance like this? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Reddit revenge stories that'll keep you hooked. See you next time.